So, good evening. We are Laura Sofía García, myself, and Laura Camila Morales, my partner. So, this night we're going to talk about a topic that is, well, not too common, but it requires attention nowadays because it talks about our values and our code of ethics according to our culture racing. So, let's start. So, first of all, I will start myself and we will talk about some of values that helps us to make part or contribute to a better community, we could say. So, the first one, help each other no matter when. So in my case, I choose this value or this phrase because I think actually we didn't need a specific language or being from a specific place. I mean, in the way that it's not necessary to use a verbal language to make you understand that you want to help to the other person. So, for example, I didn't know if had happened to you, Laura, that, for example, you see an elderly person that like carrying with their shop things, well, with a box or something like that, going to to his home or her home, and you say, "Oh, I can help." So in that way, you didn't say something like so elaborated. So you just
Mm.
help them like, "Can I help you?" Like with carrying the box, and that's it, right?
Yes, yes, that happen. That happens me all the time. Even.
Yeah, exactly. So I think whether we live here in our country or with just being like traveling in other place, I think it's like, I don't know, like easy to make you understand that you want to help. So I think we need more of that uh, now in these days. That somebody, well, everybody needs help. Okay, so you can continue with your first one.
Yeah. The first one for me, at least, is do not lie. Cause when I was pretty young in my school, I cheat a lot to my mom. I cheat on my mom a lot, and I told her a lot of lies. So I did to myself a piercing with another guy. I was going to parties like almost every weekend without telling her, and that made me feel so bad. That made me feel like I was cheating on her. And now since then, I'm not good lying to people, so I'm always saying the truth, and I'm pretty direct, and I
Mhm.
say what I want, and that's it. So I don't know if maybe that happens to you as well, but
Yeah, actually, well, in my case, I don't consider myself like that kind of rebel. But yeah, I got your your point because actually you feel bad when you lie to someone, right? You feel like you are
yeah.
covering something, and I mean, I always say to people that the truth always comes to the light. I mean, in
Hmm.
one time, anybody will knows what you well cover in some time. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's important to always be like honest with the people you love, and well, in your case personally with your mom, right?
Yeah, yeah, yes. I feel so bad with my mom. Like she knows everything. She knows everything, and she looked me at the eyes and she say, "Just tell me the truth." And I'm like, "No, o sea, I
I
can't,
can't.
I can't."
Yeah, okay, so yeah, you have got a point there. Okay, so let's continue. My second point or value in this code of ethics is being humble, and I personally think this is extremely important because in this system or in this world, everybody is like in a kind of competition, like in a I don't know how else how more to say it because for example in the job field everybody is like in a battle when everyone is like trying to be the best in their job, so they really didn't care about
Hmm.
the other I didn't know how to say it.
The others,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like their position, what they are trying to do, or that they also are trying to give their best. So I think this resumes like in the point that, have you heard the phrase that not to be superior but nor inferior to the others? Like you are in the middle, like to respect that everybody's superior to you, but that doesn't mean that you are inferior. So that makes you like
Inferior, yeah.
respect everyone, right? So I didn't know if that happens to you, because in my case I try to mind myself like that, like try for not be too disrespectful with the others.
Yeah, even I have like a point below that it says to be competitive. I'm pretty competitive, so maybe in that point we are not at the same page, but I'm not competitive in the bad way. Like I know that there's people that needs respect, and that's it. And I understand when I do something wrong, but I'm pretty competitive. Even in my job is where I'm trying to do my best every day. So I'm always in the first place and everything, but that's good. Like at some kind of point is good to try to be um like to show your skills to others, but not
Yeah,
in the bad way. Hmm.
yeah. Also, I mean, in the way of being humble, not only in the job field, I mean in life in general. I think it's so necessary. I
Hmm.
mean, like with your relationships, like I don't know, not only with your boyfriend or girlfriend, well, also with your family, your friends, you
Yeah.
have to be humble, because actually, yeah, it's a fact. I mean, in the way, if you are not humble, if you are always like pride and always talking about yourself, you will make reject you, like in the way that, oh no, he's always talking or she's always talking about herself. So that makes you like, well, I'm not that kind of of person, right? So yeah.
Of person, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
you can continue with
Okay,
the
okay,
other one.
I understand that. To be on time. To be on time. I don't like people that is late. And maybe it's because the job that I do, I don't know, but I'm trying to always respect to others time, and I think that you have a point related with that as well,
Yeah.
maybe in your code of ethics. Yeah, but I don't like when people tell me or make me lose my time
Hmm.
because I already have plans and everything, so I hate that.
Yeah, me neither. I think I completely agree with you in that point, because actually, well, is this one respect the other's time? Because I'm,
Hmm.
how can I say, I'm completely in like with the rule of Japanese people, because well, I didn't know if I have told you told you that I'm an English teacher for Japanese. So Japanese culture, it's like kind of so disciplined. So in the case of time, I have learned that if you are going to be late, Japanese people like tell you 1 day before, like, okay, I will be 5 minutes later. I mean, this is something that in Colombia doesn't happen. So yeah, that's impressed
Hmm.
me, because actually I respect the other's time, but this makes me also like, I didn't know how to say it. I mean, you have like a lot of things to do, but it's important to understand that also the other person has to do things. So it's like to be on time, so important.
Yeah,
So yeah. Okay. So you
exactly.
can continue with the next one.
um to follow the rules. I am pretty like, I don't know how to say that, but I'm a person who follow every rule. if
Mhm.
i if i broke if I break a rule, I feel pretty bad. And
Mm,
that's not only my job, that happens to me in my personal life as well,
mm,
with my family most of the times. So maybe that's because my father, when I was pretty
mhm,
young as well, he teach me how to follow the rules and what will be the
mm.
consequences, bad consequences if I don't do that. And that's it.
Yeah. I know that kind. Actually, I think that that topic has changed a lot. Well, about time, right? Because well, now parents are like so flexible, and
Yeah.
for example, in the case of us, was completely different. Like, if you don't do this, you will receive this, and it's going to happen to you bad things, and well, in that way, so you feel like guilty, and
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
a really good feeling. So yeah, also that value that you just told is related with one that I just wrote there, that is follow the rules as long as it does not break or violate your moral principles. So for
Nice.
example, in this case, I think this will be like kind of controversial if we talk like with other people, because they would say no, it's kind of perspective, because actually, well, for somebody a good thing could be a bad thing, and vice versa. So in the case, I don't know, for example, of Afghan, for example, that is happening now, that people think that they are doing good things like killing people, and well, here it's not considered as well, well, as in the other country, right? So in this case, it's like a general rule that is not like completely specified, like you don't have to kill, you don't have to rob, or to, yeah, to do bad things, but actually if you follow the rules, but that doesn't makes you feel bad. That's my point. Because there's like a
Yeah.
general rule in the world that is not make bad things. So yeah, that's my point.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let's continue.
Um, I think that maybe this one is important to be kind, and is related with the one that you told me before about to be humble, maybe.
Mm,
So to
yeah.
be kind with people, like I work with a lot of people and different people. I work with people that maybe they don't have the communication skills that we do,
Mm,
and it's kind of hard to have a conversation with them. So
mm,
like you need to do something with your hands, and maybe keep your smile, and maybe all that, and greet them and everything, and it's just to try to understand how they think, and
mhm.
you don't like break their
Yeah.
space,
I
maybe.
completely understand you. Yeah, like in the way that, well, you know that you perfectly know because you work on it, that in the customer service, the most of the time people calls you because there's a problem. So they are maybe like
Yeah.
angry or worried or frustrated. Well, that else. So they will always call you like shouting or just insulting you, so you feel bad. I mean, we are not
Mhm.
like robots to not feel, right? So in that case, like trying to be humble or to be kind is kind of difficult because, well, you feel. So yeah, I think
Mhm.
that's a rule, but it's not always easy. So I
Yeah,
respect you in
it
that
has.
part, because personally I'm a person that I that I don't tolerate like too much that kind of treating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean that is the my job. So yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, I understand your point as well.
Okay, so I will continue. Always be ready to listen. I think this one is so important too, because that in that consists a conversation, right? Like to try to communicate
Mhm.
with others. If you just talk, you won't let the other person to let you know what they think, and vice versa. So it's kind of how can I say 50-50, so that you
Yeah.
can understand the other person, also to know them better. I mean, in the way, not just like in a professional way, just also in personal way with your friends, and in that way.
Yeah, yeah, and that's interesting, because to listen people is important in in your relationships. I mean, in your
Mhm.
personal relationships. So maybe if they can give you a feedback about something that you are not doing in the correct way or something, that would be great
Mhm.
as well. So it's good.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
that's a good one too. Okay.
Um,
Oh, so you want to continue?
yeah, I don't know. I think that maybe like we must cover everything, but I don't
Mhm.
know if we lose something. There is a couple of others rules that I follow, but I think that the most important I already talked about them. So I don't know if maybe you want to
Yeah.
say something else.
Okay. Yeah, I think the first one are like, well, turn around the things that we have talked before. So, for example, in my case, I think one that I think it's a global one, that is the golden rule: do to others what you would like to do to you. In this case, I changed it a little bit in my personal case because the normal one or the popular one, it's like, do not do, like to not to do to the others what you will not like that they do to you. So in this case, it's like to try to avoid. So in my case, personally, I consider that it's better to do than not to do because, well, it's something I didn't know how to explain it in my case, but I think it's better to do or to help someone better than to just stay like being indifferent when you can help anyone. So yeah, and the rest. So I think that's it. So thank you so
Yeah.
much.
No, thank you. And just for the conclusion, because maybe we have a pretty clear conclusion about this,
Yeah.
is that at least at my point, my point of view is that this is always related, like the way how we think is always
Mhm.
related about how our family maybe raised to us. So
Mhm.
and how our family teach us how to do things. So it's interesting because maybe most of people of other places, other countries or
Mhm.
something, they don't think the same that us,
Yeah.
that we are Latinos or something like that.
Yeah, actually, I think it's kind of coincidence because we have very similar thoughts, so it's kind of interesting. So
Yeah.
I was just thinking that our parents just raised us like in a very similar way, but yeah, that was it was a very good
Mm-hmm.
discussion. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a
Okay.
good evening. Bye.
You too. Bye.